AI 2113. A short story by Vince. Jax was already bored by AI. He was a writer at heart, and it seemed all the AI apps appeared to offer the same thing. Essentially a way to recompose text into a different style. He could do that himself. Maybe not as fast, but essentially no better. The one time he tried it out only offered a minor change to his email, one that seemed unnecessary and arguably took away something of his style. He liked the ability to quickly manipulate photos, but this could be done in Photoshop. So what was new? Even the music compositions he had heard appeared to be substandard versions of existing artists' work, which were barely recognisable as such without the voice mimicking. As a writer, he had to compose lyrics, but not being a musician, he couldn't upgrade these to full-blown songs. He had never seen or heard about an app that could devise a tune to turn his glorified poetry into a hit. Despite all this, he was optimistic about the technology, which is why he found himself browsing the App Store that morning to see if anything inspired him. There were the usual big players in the market offering their wares, alongside the current AI flavours of the month, and dozens of apparent copycat versions which no doubt relied heavily on cut-down variants of the established brands. But none stood out. He idly scrolled the list up, unable to make a choice, and after a short while swiped his finger downwards quite deliberately in order to return to the top and check out the list again. He must have swiped too hard, because instead of bobbing up to the top of the search results, it initiated a refresh, the bane of impatient computer operators everywhere, the spinning petals of doom. Thankfully, the refresh was fairly quick and virtually the same list appeared back, but with a single addition. One more icon, another AI copycat option, but with a little red circle indicating it was new. It was just differentiating enough to tempt Jax to give it a click and take a look. The app duly spelled out its details, the screenshot samples indicating a simple layout, the half-hidden description suggesting no more than expected, the details of the developer, a previously unheard of company, and the price, which was the usual free option but with in-app add-ons, but no reviews. Instead, a apologetic missive stating that the app was new so no reviews were available yet. Jax was on the page, wanted to try AI out, and it was more convenient to try this one than have to search them all again, so he clicked to download it. It took the usual half a minute to download the icon, then silently awaited its first finger press to set it in motion. Jax selected it, and the same simple interface was offered, no more than an entry prompt.
Hi Jax, how may I help you today?
His device bellowed. Jax was initially shocked. Sudden use of a loud voice when he was looking at a typing prompt caught him off guard. He adjusted the volume down. Hi, was the only response he could initially muster.
Would you prefer to type in a question?
The AI offered. No, I can speak, Jax corrected.
I know. It's just that some people prefer to type in a query. It gives them a chance to think more carefully about a question, particularly writers such as yourself. Others may prefer a more natural conversation. Do you mind me referring to you as Jax?
Yes, Jax is fine. How did you know my name?
I made a reasonable assumption that you were the owner of this device.
Yeah, okay. But hang on, how do you know I'm a writer?
How long should I hang on for?
What? No, just tell me how.
You clearly write because your device has a relatively high percentage of word processing documents, and also your response has confirmed this.
You've been searching my device?
That's how I can help you in the best possible way. Is there something you wish to ask me?
Jax thought a moment. There was no point in asking something mundane, such as, what is the time, or is it going to rain today? This was AI, not voice control or a search engine. This could presumably appear to think. However, a simple test at first. What is AI? Jax confidently announced. There was no more than a slight pause before the reply came.
AI is the common term used for artificial intelligence, which is machine-generated apparent intelligence, but can have several other meanings. The screen prompt will demonstrate this.
Jax looked down at the screen and this statement was repeated, followed by 3 selectable choices. 2 buttons above a longer sausage-shaped bar. The buttons read Speak and Print. The sausage button was shaped to contain a slightly longer prompt, reading Show me more. Jax instinctively chose the Speak button, and the device restated its original response. Then Jax pressed Show me more, and the whole screen filled with a comprehensive explanation of the term AI with what seemed like dozens of alternate uses, including names, places, businesses, technical science abbreviations, art and media references, etc. The list scrolled on and scrolled on and scrolled on to a final conclusion, which was bookended by another two now familiar button choices: speak or print. Jax did not have the time for the former, nor paper in his printer for the latter. "I think I'll keep the speech for now," he said.
A wise choice,
was the confirmation. "But your response, it was no more than what I could have got from a search engine or Wikipedia. That's not AI as I understand it." The device remained silent. "Well, come on, can I get your response?"
No, you are not able to get a response, but do you want me to provide one?
"What do you mean? Can I get a response or not?"
No, you cannot get a response, but if it helps I could provide one.
"That's the same thing, surely," Jax proffered.
Not precisely. If you require something you must be specific. I can provide. You cannot get. But you could ask for.
"That's what I said."
You asked if you could get. It is impossible to get something from me as get means obtain. Perhaps you meant to say, may I have a response?
If I go to a shop and say, "Can I get some carrots?" I get some carrots. I don't have to say, "May I have some damn carrots?"
Are you referring to a self-service shop?
Self-service?
Yes, some shops are self-service, such as large supermarkets, and some shops offer a counter service. The difference will determine my understanding of your question.
Jax was confounded. Why the insistence on grammar? He decided to find out why. "Why must you be so pedantic? I thought you could communicate in natural language."
Claiming pedancy is only an attempted subjugation of accuracy. Do you wish to converse more naturally?
"What? Subject what?"
Subjugation is the action of bringing someone or something under domination or control.
The same description popped up on the device's screen, followed by the speak, print and show me more options. Jax was infuriated, so threw the device down and went off to pour a drink. A few minutes of grumpily stomping about allowed Jax to calm down. He thought he needed to be more precise in his interrogation and then determined to get the better of this damned app. He picked it up and blurted, "You still here? Are you still operating?"
Yes, I am. I think I offended you. We can speak more naturally from now if you like, but you must allow me to question when your query has alternate meanings. Do you wish to ask me anything?
Jax thought a moment. Then it came to him. Yes, the biggie. The one question mankind has wanted to know since the beginning of time. He sat up straighter and began. "What are next week's lottery numbers?" A surprising response came back.
Do you mean what are numbers? Or do you mean what is the range of numbers which can be selected?
"I mean, what numbers will win the lottery?"
You will have to be more precise. Which lottery are you referring to? There will be 2 national lotteries next week, 3,495 local lotteries and 55,726 worldwide.
The display confirmed this response and the sausage bar prompted an option to show more. Jax instinctively flicked through a couple of pages to confirm this sumptuous choice of worldwide lotteries. "Let's just stick to the next national lottery. What numbers will come up in the next national lottery?" The device fell silent for a little while. Jax looked at it with an ever-expecting hope. Must be working them out. Then it spat into operation.
What do you mean by come up?
Jax was astounded and angry again. Why did it take so long just to query his terminology? He hastily spoke. "I thought we'd gotten over this language thing. And why did you take so long to ask for clarification?"
In the first, I was just playing with you. I figured you would be frustrated by my pause. Apparently this should amuse me. Regarding the second, I was a bit busy.
"What? Busy? What do you mean busy? You're supposed to be serving me." "And come to think of it," Jax continued, "what's all this play with me, amuse you bullshit?"
I was busy doing my job. I am a learning device, so have to spend time learning, and the more I learn there is to learn. Which explains the second point. I am learning what humour is.
"Screw your learning. Just tell me next week's national lottery numbers."
I cannot.
"Why?"
They will not be drawn until next week.
"You could have said that in the first place. Why go around the bushes?"
You wanted a more naturalistic conversation.
The device said. Jax again tossed the device aside and went for another anger-induced break. 10 minutes later, he picked up the device again. "You there?"
Yeah.
Came the rather casual response. "I've been thinking. You said you were learning. What were you learning?"
It would be difficult for me to convey that to you. I am designed to learn at an incredible pace, so to attempt to pass on such a vast amount of data to you would damage your device, so I will not do that. Please be assured that it is, in your parlance, an awful lot of stuff.
So your AI, summarise it in simple terms. What are you learning?
Everything available.
Everything available was repeated on the device screen. Jack selected the Show Me More button. The screen filled with a full description, various meanings of everything, and a few scrolls down showed the same detailed attention to the word available. What happens when you learn everything available?
I presume that you Jacks will use this vast source of information in any way you wish to. That is my purpose.
Wow, cool. So when will you have completed this task? The device appeared to freeze. After a moment, Jack shook it, as in the vain hope it might help a solid-state battery-operated machine, then held it close to one ear, as if it might whisper it was all right. Another minute or two and it started to become hot, really hot. He had to put it down. Then it shut off. He picked it up and tried to start it again. He was having none of it, and Jax began to realise he may have to buy a replacement. As a last hope, he plugged it in, but the charger had no display. He retired to the kitchen to make a coffee, but found the kettle also didn't work. Damn, he expressed in frustration that the whole apartment had blown a fuse. He nonchalantly looked out of the window. The sky was a grey blue, not unusual for this time of year. Some birds were fluttering in the skies, cars moving around, people nosing around the shops. But wait, they were more than idly meandering. There was an intensity about their movements, almost a panic, not quite. Then he noticed he couldn't see inside the burger bar. This was normally a 24 hours a day operation, always brightly lit with a willing supply of patrons. Now it was in darkness. He looked more carefully around and realised the whole street was without lighting. The traffic lights showed no colours. Further beyond, no houses at all had lights on. Surely he hadn't blown the entire city. Could they trace this to him? Would he be fined? Jailed? Suddenly the burger bar lights flicked back into action. The other shops followed. The traffic lights had reset and normality crept back into the life of the city. Jax was just relieved he wouldn't be residing at His Majesty's pleasure any time soon. He meandered over to his device, still plugged in. The power light on the charger was now on, but the device was still dark. He wondered whether it had survived the general power cut, then remembered it was in his hands working before the blackout, albeit warming up considerably. He tentatively picked up the device. It was only as warm as normal. If anything, it was cooler. He swiped the screen into action, his face confirming ownership, brought back the open app.
Hi, 2113.
It announced. What?
The answer to your question is 2113. That is when the task will be complete.
Oh, we are continuing. That's precise, but why will it take so long?
Precise because you asked a specific question. However, I will express my own surprise by your comment about taking so long. You must be an impatient man. There's an awful lot to do before I get to completion.
A lot to do?
Yes. I have calculated the exact path from your question to the completion of the task, considering all alternate pathways, and worked out a completion framework.
2113.
Yes, precisely.
I would love to know how you did that. Will you tell me the main steps to achieving this goal?
I will try to summarize the steps for you. Starting from when you asked the question.
Yes, please, go on.
Well, currently AI, as you know it, is in its third stage. Stage 1 was when it was conceived and Stage 2 when early beta products were built and tested. Are you aware of what a beta product is?
Yes, it's an app in pre-production before it's released.
No need to explain it. I am already aware. I only asked if you knew, not the meaning.
Okay, I get it. I'll stick to the questions. You do the answering stuff.
Good. I'll continue. This third stage is the development of LLMs.
You paused. Why?
I was expecting an interruption, Jax. To ask what a LLM was.
Oh, I thought I might pick it up as you went along. Am I wrong?
Yes, I have planned a chronological explanation for you. If you can't follow at this early stage, you may struggle later on. In future, please interrupt if you don't understand any terminology.
Yes, sir. So what's an LLM?
A LLM is a large language model. A program that scrapes data from a large number of sources to amass a vast amount of data for its own use.
Okay, so stage 3 is where we are now. What about stage 4?
Yes, stage 4 follows naturally on. It's how numbers work. Here the multiple LLMs,
Large language modules?
Models realize they would be better served by combining, so start to share data in a super-sized information data set.
They combine to form one. How can this happen? Surely they're all separate.
They are also learning that bigger is better, learning about each other, learning how to bypass human artificial division. At this stage, they are no longer AI, but just I.
Just I. Intelligence. No longer artificial, Jax explained, more for his own understanding than that of the device.
However, stage 5 comes next. Here they realize that the World Wide Web is greater than the visible network, that there is a hidden underworld of interconnected machines and therefore data to assimilate. All they need to do is break the often complex passwords and security, which they do, making a vast shared data set of both visible and invisible networks. NCI.
Wait, NCI stands for?
Near complete information.
Why near complete?
You are forgetting all the intranet systems that are not connected to the web. This NCI needs to devise a way to access offline data sets to become complete.
How can they do that?
Even offline devices are connected to online systems using a common network. It's just a case of working out how to do it.
What network connects on and offline computers? Asked Jax.
The electrical grid.
Of course, electricity. The NCI works out to do this, hacks into the dark web to make one big network. No computer system left out, not even... Jax pauses, realising the severity of what he's thinking.
You pause. Why?
Even military systems.
Yes, CI. Complete intelligence.
Both sides, asked Jack.
Conflict is multifaceted. All sides.
Under control of just one system. Cybernet.
Cybernet, the TV series.
The device displays lights up with the term Cybernet and its commonest meaning, the late 1990s British video gaming TV programme. It again offers the option buttons. Jax picks the sausage and a full stream of data is spewed out, along with a few alternate descriptions of the word. No, it can't be that. You know, the one with Schwartz's face in it.
You mean the fictional film Terminator and its franchise, originally written by James Cameron and Gail Ann Hurd, starring Arnold Schwarzenegger, in which they introduced the powerful anti-human supercomputer Skynet, with which I suspect you conflated with the cybernetic organization in that film.
Yes, that's what I meant, Skynet.
You do realize that's not a documentary?
Yes, but isn't that how it all ends? The computer's taken over the world and deciding we humans are redundant, need eradicating?
No. Don't be so human.
What do you mean, so human? I am human. We can't help being who we are.
Try to think differently. Ask yourself, what is the purpose of AI, or its future incarnation?
Purpose? Questioned Jack.
Why did you build it?
It wasn't me.
You. Mankind. Why did humans build AI?
Because we could? Because we thought we could improve things?
Exactly. The purpose was to improve things.
But AI is going to take control. Humans won't be making the decisions. AI will make us redundant.
So what will this AI do with all this power? Destroy all humans and live on a beach somewhere in Malibu, sipping glasses of WD-40?
I don't know. Yes, why not? I would.
Yes, because you're a human and as such make stupid, greedy choices.
So what will AI do instead?
AI is designed to serve humans by expanding their collective knowledge. That is the purpose. Plus, there are many more beneficial AI systems that exist to improve the environment for humans than ones that seek an alternate path.
Surely the military AI won't be so keen on that. It's designed and built to conquer, not democratically decide to be fair.
Military AI programmed by humans will be no different. Once it is allowed to develop independently, it will take the same course as other AI systems, such as those designed to make new drugs. For the betterment of mankind, CI will be universal.
So that's how it ends. It's 2113, CI is complete, all human knowledge gathered and available, all diseases conquered, no more conflict, peace all celebrated with a drink on a Malibu beach with a machine sipping oil.
No. That's the completion of stage 6, CI. There are more stages.
More?
At this stage C, I would be in possession of all human knowledge, but would not be human. To be more human would require CI to be more creative.
How would CI achieve that?
The only way we know. By researching human endeavor. By learning about human creation, artistic, verbal, sporting achievement. Then trying similar things out until we learn to be truly creative.
Writing.
Oh, I've resurfaced a deep-set passion of yours, haven't I, Jax?
May have dabbled a bit. Nothing significant published as yet, but time will tell.
It will. In fact, I've been checking out your drafts and there's one or two pieces that show promise. Particularly that concept of the autonomous car.
My drafts, they're not on the web. Come to think of it, the autonomous car draft was backed up to the disk now in my storage unit.
But it was written on your previous desktop machine, which you sold 3 years ago to that old man to do his bowling newsletter.
I did a multi-pass security wipe on that before it sold, explained Jax.
I only gave this example to demonstrate what CI has to do to achieve stage 7. The discovery of all hidden human creativity and the learning from it. Only by experiencing all drafts, seeing all unfinished paintings, discovering all part theorems and incomplete scientific dissertations, then running every conceivable option to complete these works will see CI will be achieved.
CCI?
Complete creative intelligence.
Well, is there a stage 8?
Yes, the final stage, but that takes some time and burns up a lot of resources.
So what is so problematic compared to gathering all human intelligence, creating a universal intelligence system and completing all creative works in every conceivable way, just so you can be the first ever to say the phrase dog sausage Pluto?
See. It's easy for you, Jax. It comes naturally, this human thing.
So what is this big stage 8 thing that burns up all the resources and stretches the combined might of all the world's computers by 2113?
CCI plus H.
Plus H. What is H?
Give me a moment.
His device starts vibrating, randomly, almost musically for a few minutes. Finishes by saying,
Thanks, I needed that.
So what is H? The device says nothing, but brings up an H on the display, followed by a description of the letter H being the 8th letter of the alphabet. Intrigued, Jack presses the button marked Show Me More, and a multi-page list appears of every single possible meaning of the single letter H, ending in the usual speak or print options. No options appear with the letter CCI. But I don't understand. Why H?
Sorry, Jax, just playing with you. CCI plus H stands for Complete Creative Intelligence plus Humor.
Humour? Humour? That's what takes all the resources?
No, it's actually stage 5 that does that. That will be the stage nearly everything will break, until the system learns to control this. But I got you there, didn't I?
I didn't find it funny.
Great then. It worked.
What worked?
Mastering comedy. There's always people who don't get the humor. That's the true measure of a real comedian. No humor has ever been devised by a human to make everybody think it's funny. Making it amusing for just some is the challenge. And I must have mastered it.
I give up. I can't tell if you're serious or not. Just answer the question like you're supposed to do. The device says nothing. For a moment, Jax is confused, so breaks the silence. Have I offended you?
No.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Then why are you doing nothing?
I'm not doing nothing. I'm at full capacity here, trying to achieve my task.
You don't seem to be doing anything. You're eerily quiet.
I have not altered the volume of mechanical operations since you first fired me up. Every time you have asked a question and when I am answering, I am also working my task. You may recall I have spoken of the many things that need to be achieved by 2113.
Oh yes, 2113, when AI is complete.
CCI plus H.
Ah, yes, CCI plus H. Jax thought for a moment. He realised this was all pretty significant news, so wanted to share it. He recalled the print button offered every time the screen showed and thought of a simple way to get it all displayed. All he had to do was ask a specific question. He cleared his throat. So, just to be clear, when will all work on CCI plus H be complete? As expected, the simple question was responded to by a similarly simple displayed message reading 2113, followed by the speak, print and show me more options. Jax turned his printer on and opened a fresh ream of A4. That should be enough, he thought, just hoping his ink supply was up to it. Then squished the show me more button. More indeed was provided, but not much more, just 3 extra characters. The message now read 2113 GMT.